E-Maths class, Fatima Convent High School. Myself, Dipali. Class 10, Chapter 8, Introduction to Trigonometry. In this session, we are going to understand about certain special angles related to trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. Now, which are the specific angles which we are going to study about? You are familiar with the construction of these angles. Angle 30, angle 45, angle 60 and 90. If you try to just roughly understand the construction, we draw a ray and then taking an arbitrary radius, on this ray AX we cut an arc, and with the same radius we cut one more arc. This gives angle 60 degrees. If we draw an angle bisector of this 60, we get 30 degrees. And if we continue further with the same radius as 60, we get 120 degrees, and half of this 120 is measured to be 90 degrees. And half of this 90 degrees is measured to be 45 degrees. This is how we draw or construct all these angles, that is 30, 45 and 60. In this section we will find the values of trigonometric ratios for these angles, of course for 0 as well. Now let us first take up trigonometric ratios for 45 degrees. In triangle ABC, right angled at B, if one angle is 45 degrees, that is this angle A is represented by 45 degrees, then the other angle is also 45. Why? Because we know that angle A plus B plus C is 180 degrees, angle sum property, and it is given to us that the two angles are 90, because when we subtract 180 minus 90 we get 90. So the sum of angle A plus angle C will be 90. Out of that we are taking one angle as 45. So obviously 90 minus 45 will be 45. So angle C also will be 45. Here angle A and angle C are equal and they are equal to 45. According to the theorem of isosceles triangle, equal opposite angles have equal sides. So these two sides BC and AB will be congruent according to the theorem. So this is an isosceles triangle. If we suppose it to be A, then according to Pythagoras theorem, AC square will be AB square plus BC square is A square plus A square is equal to 2A square. So AC is equal to A under root 2. Using the definition of trigonometric ratios, we get 45 degrees is sine 45 as opposite side to angle 45 upon hypotenuse, that is BC upon AC, is equal to A upon A root 2 is equal to 1 by 2. Cos 45 is equal to side adjacent to angle 45 upon hypotenuse is equal to AB upon AC is equal to A upon A root 2 is equal to 1 upon root 2. And tan 45 is equal to side opposite to angle 45, side adjacent to angle 45 is BC upon AB is equal to A upon A is equal to 1. Also cosec 45 is equal to 1 upon sine 45 is root 2, and sec 45 is 1 upon cos that 45 is equal to root 2, and cot 45 is equal to 1 upon tan 45 is equal to 1. So we got all the trigonometric ratios for 45 theta, that is 1 upon root 2, 1 upon root 2, tan 45 is 1, cosec 45 is root 2, and sec 45 is root 2, and cot 45 is 1. Now let us work similarly for the ratios of 30 degrees and 60 degrees. Let us now calculate the trigonometric ratios of 30 degrees and 60 degrees. Consider an equilateral triangle ABC, since each angle in an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. Therefore, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to 60. How? Because in an equilateral triangle, each angle is 60 degrees. Now, if I divide this by drawing an angle bisector, I get angle A divided into 2, 30 plus 30. Now, if you draw, we know that in an equilateral triangle, the altitude, median and angle bisector are common segments. So, draw the perpendicular AD from A to side BC. Now, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. BD is equal to DC and angle BAD is equal to angle CAD by CPCT. Therefore, we can observe that triangle ABD is a right angle triangle, right angled at D, with angle BAD as 30 and angle ABD as 60 as shown in the figure. Now from this we can know that by finding the trigonometric ratios, we need the length of the side of a triangle. Suppose the length is AB is 2A, then BD is equal to half BC is equal to A. Now AD square is equal to AB square minus BD square using the Pythagoras theorem. We get 2A square minus A square is equal to 3A square. So we get AD is equal to A root 3. Now applying the trigonometric ratios, sin 30 will be BD upon AB, opposite upon hypotenuse is equal to A upon 2A is equal to 1 upon 2. Cos 30 is AD upon AB, adjacent upon hypotenuse is A root 3 upon 2A is equal to root 3 upon 2. Tan 30 is equal to BD upon AD is equal to A upon A root 3 is equal to 1 upon root 3. Cosec 30 is 1 upon sin 30 is equal to 2. Sec 30 is 1 upon cos 30 is equal to 2 root 3. Cot 30 is 1 upon tan 30 is equal to root 3. So, likewise, we got the value for each trigonometric ratios at angle theta, which is summarized here. Similarly, we can work for 60 degrees where AD upon AB is A root 3 upon 2A is root 3 upon 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Tan 60 is root 3. Cosec 60 is 2 upon root 3 and cot 60 is 2 and cot 60 is 1 upon root 3. So, we got the values for sin 30 and sin 60. Now, let us see for trigonometric ratios of 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Now, let us see what happens to the trigonometric ratios of angle A if it is made smaller and smaller in a right angle ABC. So, we are going on decreasing by angle A till it reaches 0 degrees. What would happen? Now, angle A gets smaller and smaller and the length of BC decreases. The point C gets closer to B and finally angle A becomes very close to 0. AC becomes almost AB. You can see that in the figure given here. When angle A is very close to 0, BC gets very close to 0 and so the value of sin A is BC upon AC is very close to 0. Also, when angle A is very close to 0, AC is nearly the same as AB and so the value of cos A is AB upon AC will be equal and so both are equal to 1. This helps us to see that we can define the value of sin A and cos A when A is 0, sin 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 1. Can we find the other trigonometric ratios based on this? Yes, definitely. So, tan 0 is sin 0 upon cos 0 is 0, cot 0 is 1 upon 10, that is 1 upon 0, which is not defined as 0 is the denominator here. Sec 0 is 1 upon cos 0 is equal to 1 and cosec 0 is 1 upon sin 0, which is again not defined. Now, let us see what happens to the trigonometric ratios of angle A. When it is made larger and larger in triangle ABC, it will become 90. As angle A gets larger and larger, angle C gets smaller and smaller. Therefore, as in the above case above, the length of the sides of AB goes on decreasing. The point A gets closer to B. Finally, when A is very close to 90, angle C becomes very close to 0, and side AC also coincides with side BC. Can you observe that in the figure? Yes. So, if you are seeing, our angle is getting closer and it is becoming 90. So, like when angle C is very close to 0, angle A is very close to 90. Side AB is nearly same as side BC, and so sin A is very close to 1. Also, when angle A is very close to 90, angle C is very close to 0 and the side AB is nearly 0. So, cos A is very close to 0. So, we define sin 90 as 1 and cos 90 as 0. Can we find the other trigonometric ratios for 90? Yes, definitely. So, we shall now give the values of trigonometric ratios 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90 in table 8.1 for ready reference. Can you see that here? Here we can see sin A, where A is 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 3 and 1. Similarly, I can put 1 upon root 3, 1 upon 2, 1 upon root 2, 1 upon 2 and 0. Then 0, 1 upon root 3, 1, root 3 and not defined. And not defined 2 under root 2, 2 upon root 3 and 1. Sec A, 1, 2 upon root 3, root 2, root 2, 2 and not defined. Cot A, not defined, root 3, 1, 1 upon root 3 and 0. From the table above, we can observe that angle A increases from 0 to 90. Sin A increases from 0 to 1 and cos A decreases from 1 to 0. So, is this table very much clear? Now, there is a trick to remember this table very easily. Let us perform that trick. Now, first we take 0, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Here we will have sin A, cos A, tan A, cosec A, sec A, cot A. Now, first we write here as 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Divide by 4 and under root each one. This will be the values of sin A. So, 0 upon 4 is 0 and under root that is 0. Then 1 upon 4 under root is 1 by 2. This I can cancel and I get 1 upon root 2. This I get root 3 by 2 and this I get as 1. Now for cos, we will write cos A, we will just write this in the reverse form, that is 1 root 3 upon 2, 1 upon root 2, 1 upon 2 and 0. Now for tan A, we will take the ratio of sine and cos. This ratio we will take. So what do we get as ratio? 0 upon 1 is 0. 1 upon 2 upon root 3 upon 2 is root 3. This is equal to 1. This is 1. This when we solve 1 upon 2 upon root 3 upon 2, we get it this way. So that is 1 upon root 3, 1, and here root 3 and here undefined. Then we have cosec A, which is reciprocal of sine. So just inverse of this table we get undefined 2 root 2, 2 upon root 3 and 1. For sec A, we either do reciprocal of cos or we just write it in the reverse way. That is 1, then 2 upon root 3, root 2, and 2 and undefined. And cot A is reciprocal of 10. So undefined root 3, 1, 1 upon root 3 and 0. Isn't that easy? So this way you can remember and make your own table without even mugging it up. Now let us go through few illustrations based on this concept. Now in triangle ABC, right angle at B, AB is 5, angle ACB is 30. Determine the length of BC and AC. Now to find the length of AB side BC, we will choose the trigonometric ratios involving BC and given side AB. Since BC is the adjacent angle C and AB is the opposite angle C, therefore AB upon AC is 10C because we are taking into consideration opposite and adjacent. Therefore 5 upon BC is equal to 10, 30 is equal to 1 upon root 3. So BC is 5 root 3. Similarly, to find the length of AC, we consider sine 30 because it is hypotenuse and opposite side. So it can be AB upon AC, and that is 1 by 2 is equal to 5 upon AC. So AC is 10. Note that alternatively we could have used Pythagoras theorem to determine the third side in the example as AC is equal to under root AB square plus BC square is equal to under root 5 square plus 5 root 3 whole square is equal to 10. Both the methods are applicable. Let us see one more example. In triangle PQR, right angled at Q, PQ is 3, PR is 6, and we have to determine angle QPR and angle PRQ. Now given PQ is 3 and PR is 6, which are the two sides opposite and hypotenuse. So PQ upon PR is sine R. Now sine R is 3 by 6, that is 1 by 2. Which value of theta for sine is 1 by 2? For 30 degrees. Therefore, if angle PRQ is 30 degrees, obviously by angle sum property, this angle will be 60 degrees. As angle Q is 90, 90 plus 30 is 120 minus 180 is 60. You may note that if one of the sides and any other part, either an acute angle or any side of a triangle is known, the remaining sides and angles of the triangle can be easily determined. Let us see one more example which is important and of a different type. Now if sine A minus B is 1 by 2, cos A plus B is 1 by 2, theta is between 0 bit is less than A plus B is less than or equal to 90 and A is greater than B, find A and B. Now since sine A minus B is 1 by 2, therefore A minus B is theta is 30. Why? Because we know that sine 30 is equal to 1 by 2 and sine A minus B is also equal to 1 by 2. Can I compare this? Yes. So sine 30 is equal to sine A minus B. Therefore, my theta, which is 30, is equal to A minus B. Now same way I can do for cos A plus B. Which value of cos A plus B? Now we know cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2 and cos A plus B is also equal to 1 by 2. Can we compare? Yes. So cos 60 is equal to cos A plus B. So now comparing this, I get 60 is equal to A plus B. Now using elimination or substitution method, I can solve this equation 1 and equation 2, where I get A is 45 and B is 15 by A minus B is equal to 30 and A plus B is equal to 60. So this is cancelled. I get 2A adding both the equations is equal to 90. So A is equal to 45. If A is 45, then B is obviously 15. So wasn't that interesting question? Yes. In next session, we are going to do exercise 8.2.